I'm your host, the 7th Wonder of the World, Taj Mahal, and this is the 7th Wonder Podcast. Everybody, just me in the flesh, Taj Mahal. It's been a long minute. I haven't talked to any of you all in a second, but now that I got my setup back together, let's get straight to it. Today, I got a real special guest, real good friend of mine, real good acquaintance, a wonderful, phenomenal woman. I want to introduce the word to Deidre. Deidre, say your piece to the people. Say hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's me, Deidre, and I'm very grateful for Taj and very thankful that Taj thought about me. Yeah, so yeah.
Hey man, I really do appreciate you being a part of this podcast right now. We got some major topics to talk about.
Yeah,
But
got a
before we
lot
get
to
into
talk
all,
about.
we do got a couple things to talk about. But you been good? Everything been okay with you?
Yeah, everything been well, man. We are living in strange times right now. This COVID-19 or like this damn Rona done came and just shifted a lot of people's daily routines and daily life, and I've been taking it one step at a time, man. Like, you have your one day when you're kind of, not to say at peace, but you're kind of at a good space with just being still. Like, you probably at home catching up on rest, catching up on some housework, just catching up on some me time. And then you have your days when it can really get to you to like, damn, like this is kind of our current state of reality. So yeah, man, I just been one day at a time. We got the family, we got the kids, so we just been trying to keep everybody afloat and just in good spirits. And we just gotta, how they say, we in this together, but stay the f away from me.
Gotta stay those 6 feet away. You know what? I fuck with you. Fuck with you heavy. What I like about you, you're a big conspiracist. So we're gonna get straight to it. 5G or no 5G? What you think?
Some 5G, only because at the end of the day, all of this Wi-Fi, anything that just needs any sense of radiation or just any, just this artificial vibration or frequency, I feel like is going to take a toll on the natural human body. I have read articles and spoken to people who live close to like power plants or just live close to any of these 5G or 4G towers who claim that like people in the area have gotten sick, the birds, the wildlife. It takes a toll on everything that's natural. It's plenty pictures of like, a 5G tower, a 4G tower at that being next to a tree. And you can see that tree is completely dead no matter the season. So I do feel like it can be an effect to things. I did read something. I didn't do extra research, but I did read that they claim that every year when the first radio wave hit the scene back in like the 1918s, they claim that's when the Spanish flu hit the scene. Or like every year when they up the frequency, whether if it's from radio waves to 1G, 2G, 3G, is always some nationwide or just always some like virus that just happened to just take over. So, I mean, all I would say is though, at nighttime, if you could take off your phone or turn off the Wi-Fi, put on airplane mode, I feel like the less exposure we have to these radiations, the better it will be and the more healthier our body is. As far as if that's the reason why people are having lung issues and having these like this virus, part of me say nay and part of me say yay, but I ain't in the lab with them. You know what I mean? So like I've learned with just being a proud conspiracy theorist, as you could say it. I feel like your theories can only be backed by evidence and facts. If not, you just sound crazy and you just sound like you just out here trying to connect dots that have no reason being connected. So I would say yay or nay only because I was told that those people over in Wuhan, China, was protesting against some 5G towers months before this coronavirus even affected them. And I just find the timing to be very odd that when these towers went up, all of a sudden it's this viral like, virus is impacting neighboring people that has the same symptoms as a virus, which is the same symptoms that you can get from having too much radiation to your body. So it's a lot of hoopla, even with the whole, if you have melanin, we have a less chance of getting it. It's a lot of hoopla, and then the fact that, not to dwell on this, cause I know like this is just like, we have so much more to talk about. I feel like we are fighting a silent war, because as much as we claim that we don't trust the government, we don't trust the news, a lot of us, including myself, believe a lot of this shit is fake news. Everything as far as this virus, we have been changing our everyday life from what they have been telling us to, from the information they've been retrieving to us. So that's what makes it a silent war, because unless you know somebody personally that works for the CDC, unless like you got somebody who's really at these hospitals, just really in the field with this, it's just kind of hard to tell, man. But like I tell people, virus or not, keep your immune system good. And this is a virus that affects your lungs. Like people talking about your immune system, which is something to keep strong. But take take a lot of herbs that's good for your lungs, like eucalyptus, peppermint. Just stuff that's gonna enhance your lungs to have a better longevity, because the coronavirus, they say, affects your lungs. It don't come for, I feel like eventually once your body kind of get sick, it takes off all your other organs, but it mostly come for your lungs. That's why people have been on ventilators, and they say if you have a history of asthma, it's no good for you to even catch it. But yeah, man, 5G or no G, I feel like it's some G. It's some shit, my G.
For
So
sure.
yeah. Yeah. What
It's a
about
G I'm
you?
not trying to get. Look, you ever seen
No.
that meme where it's like motherfuckers who scored 35 on their science exams trying to tell you about 5G?
Right.
I'm the motherfucker with the 35 on the science exam, so I don't say shit about what it is or not.
And you
I'm not
see
really
that?
a Look, bro. I'm not really a big conspiracy kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's always two sides to the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yours, mine's, and the damn truth. But regardless of what's going on, to keep my granny safe, to keep somebody next door neighbor safe, to keep the homies safe, to keep the homegirl safe, I try to stay out the way. I
Right.
miss outside though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie
Yeah.
to you. I want to go outside. It's sunny. It's beautiful. The
Right.
birds chirping. You know what I'm
It's
saying? The
spring,
squirrels
man. The
eating. You know what I'm
pollen actually
saying?
been behaving. The pollen haven't been too crazy.
Yeah, it's
It
so
is,
chill.
again, man. Strange times. Strange times.
I want to go back to a point. I just wanted to make conversation with you. We didn't even get into the bulk of what we need to talk about,
Right.
but we're going back to the fake news. You're saying that people listen to authority powers pretty much, and just like, yeah, you just listen to whatever somebody tell you,
Yeah, it's a
right?
silent war. Like
But
perfect example. Oh, yeah, sorry,
no,
sorry.
no,
Go
hold on.
ahead.
But yeah, check this out though. The reason why you stop at a red light when you're driving is because in the rule book that somebody, an authoritative figure, put in there for you was to stop at that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You could go,
Mhm.
but if you go, it's gonna cause a lot of risk.
Right.
Do we? Are you putting too much emphasis on like scare tactics? You feel like when you say shit like that, because you'll
I.
scare a motherfucker and make him believe that like the
Oh
government is
yeah.
always against you, when the government could be for you.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
playing devil's advocate.
definitely like the narrative, the fact that according to them, more people have been recovering from it who have been actually affected from it. The fact that it's actual some natural remedies. When I mean natural remedies, I'm talking like actually ingesting stuff. Like again, like I suggested, like the eucalyptus oil, even drinking like tea, like certain teas that's like made with oregano. Oregano is a really good herb that's good for your lungs. I feel like it's certain narrative that can be spent on it to give the people more hope and make people not move in so much fear. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Just I used to love going to the grocery store. I'm a huge cook. If y'all follow me on Instagram, which is at Shine J Amero, I will spell that out later. You will see that I on my story I cook a lot. So yeah, I love going to the grocery store and just like it's therapeutic for me. Now I dread going into public only because of the frantic energy. I feel like if everybody's being mindful of personal space, if everybody's wearing gloves, if everybody's wearing masks, if they have access to it, if everybody's literally staying home, if you're sick and being real, virus or not, you if your ass is sick, don't be coming out the house. If you coughing and sneezing, don't be coming around nobody. So yeah, like I feel like if we just practice the basics, we would be good. But if you go in there very frantic, if you go in there, being ignorant, seeing an Asian person, even seeing a European person, because over there in Europe, especially in Italy and Spain, in that area, they're getting hit a lot. You got people out here in New York that's literally been getting arrested for hate crimes because they're attacking every Asian. Mind you, know your Asian Chinese spot down the street, bro, ain't left the country in 10 years. Leave that man alone. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like it's a lot of just frantic energy that I feel like comes from how the media is retrieving the information to the public. Is it something serious? According to them, yes. If you for a fact work in a hospital and been seeing how many body bags they're having to roll out because of this, then yes. I also feel like it's perspective, and I feel like if you guide the people with information that gives them hope and light, it can kind of like erase that fear. But again, fear means control. A lot of people not listening. A lot of people still out here, throwing bashments and trying to like have big old kickbacks with 20, 30 people. And I get it. We miss our friends. The beauty of being a humans is we get to have intimate human relationship, whether if it's platonic or not, what if it's sexual, what if it's just friendship. And it's like we miss people, we miss interacting with people. That's a joy of being human. But at the same time, you gotta be mindful, and it's just about being mindful and making smart decisions. And again, like I said, unless you in the lab, unless you up in the hospitals, when you really documenting facts, you can just be out here just living life wild, because it's a reason why they're locking on a lot of stuff, whether if it's for other agendas, which I do believe, which we could talk about another time, because I know I know this whole corona thing can take over the show being real. But I just feel like if we just do what we supposed to do, like perfect example, I saw that you was over in Italy for the winter time.
Trying to put me on blast, man. Now they gonna look at me like
good
this nigga
flex.
Taj. I was just hanging with the
A
homie.
good flex. My boy was in Italy, just living life and just
You know what I'm
enjoying life
saying?
as you should, as you travel. And when this stuff first happened, I reach out to you firsthand. I shoot you a text and I'm like, yo, you and your mom's is good. I know you was over there during the holiday, and I know they had their first case back in like February. You kind of been back, but at the same time, how you feeling? How she feeling? And you told me like shit is real, but like I've been feeling good. Thanks for checking on me. And it just kind of like, this is some shit. And yeah.
So before Deidre put y'all on her scare tactics and put control on y'all, I'm good. We got back right on time. What we would believe would be right on time according to sources on TV and such. I came back January 1st. I left December 16th. We got worried about the virus kind of sort of like once we got back into the States,
Right.
But it wasn't really any big pressure. Once we got back from Italy, there wasn't really a major pressure to quarantine people until about 2-3 weeks, a little bit later on that in January. I feel like late February is when we saw a lot of bulk, a lot more talk about it, like late February and then on out. But when I left and came back, it was good. I saw a picture when I was in Italy doing my stunning. You feel me? I was out at Venice Beach and the water was a little murky. You feel me? It was a little dirty. But due to all this fear of the COVID virus and not that much human interaction going on throughout the world, I saw a picture of the Venice Beach and the water was more blue.
Yeah.
The dolphins were coming out. There were no dolphins when I went out there the first time. It was a beautiful place, beautiful experience, but it looks a lot better now.
When I tell you perspective, I feel like it's taking us seeing alternative news. When I mean alternative news, it's like random bloggers that we might follow on social media talking about this. You're not hearing the mainstream news talk about this. And I feel like I saw somebody post something that was very interesting. They was talking about the world is healing because we don't have abusive humans around anymore that's just taking the earth. Again, we lived, this is the world we live in, but we still live on earth. We got to take care of earth. We got to take care of our water, our soil, our plants. And somebody said that it should be mandatory for the whole world to be quarantined once a week, every month, so the world can breathe. And being real, if you spin that narrative like, okay, y'all, like we have to stay indoors to save the earth, rather than we have to stay indoors because we're being told to, because we can't make no money today, XYZ. I feel like that would make stuff so much better, because I have read that and I've seen pictures. They even talk about over in California that have a huge smog issue. They said that the air been so clean, so pure, like it just looks so good. The air feel light. If you happen to just take a walk in your neighborhood, the air is more crisp. And it's because, we out here just living how we live in, and I feel like everything happens for a reason, and the earth have no choice but to kind of breathe and heal, because again, you don't have humans just like moving about. Like, even driving your car, even if you just not being reckless with your car, just even driving your car causes pollution. So it's just kind of like, it's like I tell people, 2020 is a huge year, number wise and energy wise, and it's just like a big deal right now. Like it just so much is going on with this, so much. But we here though.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the tarot card reader. DJ Sebastian, give her a call when you can. She knows all about the latest conspiracies. Nah, I'm just talking shit. Let's get into it, man. This is a podcast about everything. You know what I'm saying? It can be about whatever, but majority of it is music, because that's what I dwell in. That's what I enjoy. So
we gotta hit on the current events.
Gotta hit on the current events. So stay your ass in the house. I don't care if you believe it's a tower with 5G or if it's just because you owe your cousin 5Gs, whatever kind of G's it is. You stay your ass in the house till they come over.
He can't spend it nowhere, and they're suspending all bills. He need to just stay put.
Yeah, gotta relax.
Right.
So, going into the podcast, I mean, where should I start, man? You want to just get into the shits?
Oh yeah, definitely. One of our huge interests is music. We can hit it off with some music talk.
All right, man, we're gonna get straight into the shits then. Say no more then. So, I ain't holding no expense back. Me being an Atlanta native, more so Decatur native, but you throw us all in a bunch, you go anywhere else, they're gonna ask where you from. You're gonna say Atlanta more than likely.
Right.
We've been running a rap game for a long time, but if you really want to get technical, we've been running music for a long time. Right. It might have been under key in the beginning. It's loud as hell now.
Right.
With that being said, we can go through a list of hits from A to Z that come out of Atlanta. But what are 10 Atlanta rap anthems? At first, it was from the last 10 years, but I opened the floodgates for even longer. 10 Atlanta rap anthems. What would be your top 10 Atlanta rap album?
Well,
Atlanta rap anthems. I can't get it right.
Okay, I can get with this. So, I am not an Atlanta native, but I've been here half of my life.
Where you from?
You know where I'm from. I'm from the Virgin Islands. For those who don't know, I'm from St. Croix. The Virgin Islands were a U.S. territory. I'm from a small island that's literally 84 square miles, where like if something happens to somebody, if you don't know that person, I guarantee you know the mom, you know the aunt, you know their first grade teacher, because everybody just know each other. So I moved here. I came up here at a beautiful time, actually. I came up here for the first time. I came up here twice. The first time I came up here, I visited, was the summer of 2003. And the motherfucking song that everybody was singing was Get Low by Lil Jon. That's definitely an Atlanta anthem.
Okay, that's one. What about your other 9?
Okay, my other 9 is I came back up here in 2007. And Yeah by Usher was huge too.
That was
and around this time, like Young Bloods was mainstream, Trillville was mainstream. That whole crunk, fuck Nuck If You Buck, that in 8th grade. When I tell you that first of all, mind you now, we like 12, 13 in the 8th grade. We know that song word for word. That whole T.I. album, that You Don't Know Me song, I believe it was
Urban Legend.
Yes, thank you. Because I was actually going to say correct. I'm glad that you actually confirmed it. Yes. Urban Legend.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but these
my bad. I had
hits are these anthems, though.
Okay, anthems. Okay, I would say Get Low by Lil Jon for sure.
For sure.
Now,
no
If
doubt.
You Buck by Crime Mob for sure.
For sure.
That song by Viola, I Ain't Gonna Let Up, that steel pan was perfect in there. And me being from the islands, that steel pan instrumental and that beat just seal the deal. To this day, you go into any club, even in Atlanta and maybe in Florida, you play that Yola song, I Ain't Gonna Let Up. Everybody know that shit from top to bottom. You got that. You also have, for me, believe it or not, Lean With It, Rock With It.
No, you 100% right.
Oh yeah, Lean
You
With It,
100%
Rock
right.
With It. That shifted a lot of stuff. It made people been dancing here, but I felt like in the early 2000s, niggas was just so big on the Harlem Shake and like up north dances that like the South, to me, that's when dance took over with the Pool Palace, all of that fire shit. So yeah, definitely Lean With It, Rock With It. That's like my my four so far. You know, just to fast forward some stuff, Swag Surf. And what's beautiful was
Swag Surf.
like now, like seeing these younger college kids dance to it that's like 18, 19 is like, to them is like, oh my god, a classic. Swag Surf came out when we was like seniors in high school. We were just kind of hitting that teen club scene. So we actually got to experience that shit when it first dropped. So that's
shout out to that scene. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was a big important scene for our generation back home. And I'm pretty sure they got teen clubs and all types of little skating rinks and shit all over the U.S. and shit. But if you was in Atlanta at the time, you was going to Caliente, or if you was going to
Ballroom, Palladium.
You did what I'm saying?
Palladium.
Yeah, that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was a part of that scene, that shit was lit, bro. Like, we was up. And when them songs came on, we was up.
Oh, yeah. And, like, you know, fun fact, I used to have my own promotion team back in high school when we used to throw college and team parties. And that was kind of like that whole party like a rock star, that whole era. That was kind of like,
that song.
Right. We was like 15, 16, just like just out here. But yeah, Swag Surf for sure. We was able to actually feel like, bro, this song is being played out. Let's just kind of put it on chill, just for it to like resurface years later as like a perfect song. So yeah, Swag Surf.
Swag Surf is like I was telling you earlier, that's like the equivalent of like the new generation Electric Slide. They gonna play that everywhere. They probably playing it at weddings right now.
If you can't get the babies to do Electric Slide, put on Swag Surf and just charge it to the game because it's the same energy. I ain't gonna lie to you. This might be an honorable mention. I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like your viewers might eat me up for saying this, but like, I loved Gucci Mane, I'm a Dog.
They not familiar with that. So Gucci Mane, I'm a Dog. That's an honorable mention. I can let that slide.
Oh, but yeah, honorable mention, but like, you know, it was a time when Gucci Mane had the mixtape coming back to back, and we being as young as 15, 16, knowing all of that back to back. But okay, sorry, let me get back on topic. But yes, I would say that would be an honorable mention, as well as not an honorable mention, but as far as like my Atlanta top 10, you know, I want
this is like number 6.
I feel like this is probably number 6 of me. I ain't gonna lie, like, I love that Rich Kids era. I feel like What's Up is definitely up there. To kind of go back a bit from that same Swag Surf era, Shawty Lo with Done It All. To this day, if you rap that song, you play that song, when I'm telling you, people is ripping their shirts off and rapping it word for word. So I would say Done It All. Also, They Know was huge. They Know is just as up there as Done It All.
I can believe that.
That was
I can respect that.
Thing. Damn, I got 3 more, and I feel like I didn't even tapped in for our little 18 and up era. Travis Porter. I feel like
I'm talking to the homies about that. Yeah, we couldn't leave out
like the forgotten, not even a forgotten, but I feel like they are a forgotten, some kind of urban legend type shit, because it's like when Travis Porter was making them songs, it stuck, and it was definitely huge in our college days. I would say Make It Rain by Travis Porter for sure.
Do you feel like that's an Atlanta anthem?
I feel like it is, or Bring It Back, because if you play those two right now in the clubs right now, it get the same energy and the same love.
That's real. That's 100. I could say Bring It Back, possibly, but man,
you gotta remember, I'm a female, so you know I want to get my twerk on. You know what I mean? I want to get my
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm with all of that. But I feel like Make It Rain is a good twerk song for sure. But you know what? I'm gonna let you continue. When we get to my honorable mentions, L Show.
Okay, and you see, like, you I kind of started. I kind of started when I kind of came here because I'm from the Virgin Islands, and again, I'm a huge fan of music. So it's
Yeah.
like, even though when I come from, our genre is like soca and dancehall and
Yeah,
stuff like that,
I'm
reggae.
sorry we didn't have any Vibes Cartel for you. I apologize.
Yeah, y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all kind of had you remember when that island era kind of took over with mainstream and hip hop. But when I was back home in the Virgin Islands, I remember when that Welcome to Atlanta song
You
hit,
gotta have
and
that. There you go.
I was fiending. Mind you, now I was probably like 11, like 10, 11. I was fiending to come to Atlanta because, one, I had a family who stay here, but I was just fiending to come because of that song. Because I was like, man, like Atlanta just seemed like so lit. Like, I'm used to seeing a lot about California on the TV, Miami on TV, New York on TV. But like for me, that's the first time when like Atlanta was just being shown in that type of light. And again, I'm just like a little island girl. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to be in the States, but yeah, I'm ready to be in Atlanta because they just seem like they have so much fun. So like, for sure, like welcome to Atlanta. And
Definitely welcome to
you
Atlanta.
might need to extend my list because I ain't even got to touch on Migos yet. I didn't even get to touch on
You only
Future
get
yet.
10. You already named your honorable
Right,
mentions and shit. You jump
right.
right into your bag.
You're right. Oh my God, my list ended up being a lot longer than I wanted it to. But I would say for me,
I know you got one more left.
oh damn, one more. One more. Oh my God. Why you let me narrow it down to one more? Well, that's my fault. I don't pull out all my cards all early all
Yeah.
over the place. I would
You got no more
say
spades left now.
March Madness by Future.
March Madness is a hit. Ain't no denying that, man. That's a slappable hit. That's one of my favorite songs of the last 10 years. Probably one of the greatest songs of the last 10 years. Definitely coming out of the A. It's one of the top songs to ever come out the A. March Madness by Future. You know what make this so hard is that with Atlanta, man, there's so many different artists, and some of them extremely successful, some of them just neighborhood successful, but they
Yeah,
all come with classics that forever will roam the Atlanta area and Metro Atlanta area. You know what I'm saying?
for
So
sure. So
March
many different
Madness,
styles, so many like man, that and then Atlanta created so many different waves,
so many
like that
different ways.
whole Maceo whole sit down era. And it was like with the
That's a
Laffy
classic too.
Taffy
That's an anthem
era,
too.
then the white tea era. I just
I'm
feel like
talking.
it just, man, being real, like you. How about I'm gonna do this? It's your show. You get to go over a top 10 because it's just too much heat.
It's
It's
so
too much
much.
heat.
There's just so much you can talk about, bro. You made me go back, man. It's like you start talking about Maceo. I'm just thinking about like Hold It Down, Next Tell Chirp, Jay's at my door,
First of
all the
all,
other
we
and
gotta
shit.
give our little like neighborhood clicks and legend too. All of that teabag that hoe,
Oh my
all of that. You know
god.
what I mean? All when you if you want to really take it there, like it again, that whole Black Mob, that whole
Yeah, Black Mob
MOBB
shit.
era, that whole yeet eat hell nah, it was a thing. It was a thing, and it was a huge thing, and it
Juke
was
your
like
boy.
it was a ripple effect because around that time was MySpace, and
It
I
was lit.
remember hearing a lot of similar songs, and then I found out like this is from group out of Alabama who just happened to love Black Mob, and I'm like, that's it all started here.
That seemed to be the thing for a lot of shit in Atlanta that a lot of niggas don't know about. You remember at the time it was a point in time where if you was from the city, like ain't nobody really respect what you was doing because you know what I'm saying, you had the country vibe to it, and then like, niggas from out of town was like, what's this? Why this shit popping? This shit lame. This shit square. Like they ain't really fuck with it because a lot of it was dance music. And then
Right.
if you fast forward the time 10 years later from that, that's all this shit is anyway.
Yeah.
And then you got
Uh,
shit like TikTok, you got shit like Instagram, you got shit like Snapchat. Atlanta pretty much laid the prerequisite for all of that shit, bro.
oh
Only thing we was
yeah.
missing was what's the platform? Like we
Right.
been doing dances, like we been fucking whooping Rico and Bankhead bouncing and
We had to beef
goddamn
it up.
Heisman
Beef.
in that hole. We beefing it up. You did what I'm saying. So really, if niggas look at it, TikTok, Snapchat, the ground, man, you gotta check in. You gotta
Yeah.
tap in. You did what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for real, for real. No cap, nigga gotta check in because a lot of the dances, like I like to watch niggas dance too. I can't dance with shit, but I like watching people dance. 'Cause that shit be lit. But I go from like the Nene, you know, the little, it was a little homie who went to Tucker, man. Like he was part of the Nene group, bro. He was in there doing that shit.
Right. Oh
He
yeah.
created that way. Fucking all that shit, bro. If you go back and look at the timeline from, let's do like 13 years on back, all the dances and all that shit that you see, they all grab something from Atlanta, bro. From some little group from Atlanta, bro. Cause we are the creators of this shit. We don't never get no just due. Cause nigga probably be scared to say that shit, but we go beyond music, bro. Like rap, R&B, and dancing. I feel like that's Atlanta shit. We the
Yeah,
blueprint for that shit.
we definitely are the trendsetters. So I ain't gonna lie, like when we kind of chopped it up about what we're gonna talk about for the top 10 answer, you know, I called you up like Taj Mahal.
Mhm.
You know, there's gonna
It's
be
too much. It's
a
gonna be
little,
long as
but
fuck.
if anything, it's just a OD, like just us talking about it right now. It's just like a OD and just like an honor to have lived here and experience it. Like
That
people
is
can
real.
say what they want to say about the South. They claim the South slowed down the rap game. Like the South was the
You
reason
remember
why
that shit,
hip
right?
hop
Yes,
died.
niggas was
Yeah.
saying that shit so that damn crazy, bro. It was
What
like the disrespect.
what they forget to give us props for was the South made hip hop or kept hip hop fun.
And
We
I
kept
can't even
music
lie, bro.
fun.
It ain't even just the South. The South definitely played their part, but Atlanta itself, bro, and to
Right.
be a part of that scene, to having to grow up in that scene too, and to go to these different team parties or house parties and mob around the city with different people, like you seen, we had ownership in this shit. This our shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, like with that being said, it's we bringing out nothing but hits and anthems, you
That's fact.
know.
Look, before we
So
go
let's
deeper,
ship it
man,
to
yeah,
you.
let me go ahead and give you my top 10.
Yeah,
It's in
let's
no
hear your top
particular
10.
order. It's in no particular order. I just thought about like at first I was like I said I was trying to do it from the last 10 years, but you know that's I don't know. I feel like it was a little harder, so I just opened the
Right?
doors up for whenever you thought this shit was popping out. So my top 10, no particular order. Kilo Ali. Now I could have
Oh
went all
yeah.
day with Kilo, but the one I chose was Baby Baby.
Oh
That's a pretty
yeah.
phenomenal hit. We were singing that shit up and down the streets. We got Jermaine Dupri. We got the Welcome to Atlanta, the original, of course, not the remix. I got Tip on here for Ti. I put Rubber Band Man.
Oh yeah.
Pastor Troy. No more games in GA.
Oh yeah.
I put Outkast on here because you can't make a top 10 Atlanta anthem and don't have Outkast or the Dungeon Family on there or some type of Goodie Mob on there. But I put Elevators. I feel like that was
Right.
something that, like I said, like that's a song that whether you from Marietta or you coming from fucking Lithonia, that's a song that everybody in the Atlanta and Metro Atlanta area will vibe with. I also got, so I try to keep it old. I know I ain't want to show my age, so I also try to put some I try to put some young folk shit on there too, try to, reminisce of my past life. So I also put well, before I leave the old nigga shit, like DJ Onk, Walk It Out. That's a big anthem, I felt like.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
for the new shit though, I started to put some new shit on my towards the end of my list. I got Young Thug Check.
Oh yeah.
I got Migos Versace. I put Rich Homie Quan,
Oh yes.
Some Type of Way.
That was honestly being real. I'm gonna be real with y'all now. Like I had my perfect top 10 of the past decade, but again, it's just so much heat that like I'm like I don't want to get an anthem confused with a hit, but like you said, like the gloves is off. Throw whatever you want to throw out there,
It's mix and
'cause-
match, you know what I'm saying? Like
right?
you can
Because
go back and forth.
you felt it.
I feel like every hit that come out in rap ends up being an Atlanta anthem because the most of the hits coming from Atlanta, so you can interchange them. But I be trying to think of like songs I know like for sure. If it was a party, you got Greg Street, DJ Jelly, Jay Nixon them hosting it somewhere at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. What songs they gonna play that the whole Atlanta
Exactly.
can rock? That's how I was trying to think about it. And I think my last one. I mean, I wrote more than 10, but I'm just gonna try to be fair. I put Waka Flocka. I put Waka Flocka hard in the
Oh my.
paint.
Okay. That's a great list.
That was it.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, like what I like about just being on this podcast with you is the fact that you're really an Atlanta dude, blood
All
in and blood
right.
out.
And
My
but I
little
don't know.
butt got here when I was like 14. And even though I am very much like all of them that you named that I didn't get to name, I was very knowledgeable of them. But I wasn't here at the time when it came upon the scene, and I'm pretty sure like when it's summertime, you felt that Kilo Ali that he just hit differently. You know what I mean? Like you was here.
Bro, we
I'll
was here
tell you,
when we
I
were
was back
Bankhead
home.
bouncing.
I was back
Bro, we
home
was here forever.
watching like BT, like, you know what I mean, Big Tigger, you know what I mean, waiting for that Welcome to Atlanta, whatever, like Atlanta hits that played on the TV, and I felt that energy. I felt that. Like, again, I told you, like, I've been seeing what they had going on in New York on TV, what they've been having on in California on TV, but Atlanta just had that, like, unmatched vibe, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's a great list. Like, if I could say anything to that Waka, oh, let's do it, that was a huge game changer.
That was, bro. That was a big transition, like 2010, like 2011, sometime in there. But that
2009,
trans,
10.
mm,
He kind of brought back, or he kind of brought that official drill music to Atlanta for sure.
that's
Cause
a whole
before
nother
then,
conversation, bro. I don't even want
right,
to get into that one. That's a whole nother
right.
conversation.
But again, that just shows that we got that different style for you. We got that futuristic, we got that drill, we got that trap, we got that fun shit. Like we got it all.
Yeah, Atlanta has a big cultural scene to it, just period. But when it comes to this music shit, bro, ain't no denying it, ain't no beating us. And it's the thing about it. What I like most is that when we make music, we not necessarily making music. We want, bro, we make music. We want to, you know what I'm saying, get some money. You know what I'm saying. We want to thug it out, but we're not really necessarily making music for motherfuckers out in California to really rock to, or music for a
Uh-uh.
motherfucker. We really making music for the neighborhood to rock with, or your
We
partner,
are.
or you talking about you might be, you know what I'm saying. We just doing some shit for some local shit, and then that shit just take off, and it's the same formula every time. Shit just be taking off. You know what I'm saying? And
We
that shit
are
just bump.
definitely true to the sound, even if, because with music too, it is a business. So, it got some plants among us. It got some people who ain't been born and raised in Atlanta yet. You see this Atlanta rapper who got a huge hit that got the Atlanta sound. Either or is that same Atlanta sound which is gonna sell it. We are very true to the sounds here, and
Yeah,
we
very true to the sound.
we let the sound lead us to wherever it lead us to. What if it lead us to a superstar status, or like you say, the neighborhood legend? The sound here in Atlanta is undeniable, and that's what we gonna always have. That's gonna be our bread and butter to the end of the day.
We always created the sound, man, from back to now. I mean, shit. I mean, just to be real, I remember you know KE, on the track, right?
Uh huh.
Everybody, if you're not familiar with KE, you probably are more familiar with him than you think you are. Produced a lot of hits back in the early 2010s for a lot of artists, especially Atlanta artists. But it went from that, then it went over to like Lex and whatever the sound Walker had, but really Walker fucked with all them niggas. But then it went to Lex, then it went to Southside, then it went to Metro Boomin. So we always been the creators of the sound. Like Metro, Southside, them still making hits to this day. It's almost a decade. It's been a decade. They still making hits, and it's been a decade of hearing Metro Boomin want some more. It's been a decade of hearing Southside on the track, 808 Mafia. It's just sick, bro. Like it's just so crazy. Atlanta runs music in every sector.
For
It's an
sure.
amazing thing, you know?
And they don't need to deny us, because they always say they have a problem giving the South this credit. They always try to little boy us, even though we big dogs.
It does. We've been running this shit forever, ever. And I don't think it's ever gonna stop, man. As long as you got niggas like as long as Future on the scene, in my personal opinion, this shit ain't gonna never stop. And that's your future. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lil Baby got his way going right now, going crazy.
Oh,
Going
little
up.
baby is going nuts. He's actually one of my new favorites for sure.
For sure. Dog been doing this thing since 2017 just to be able to make that shit grow in such a short amount of time and just had that, you know what I'm saying, that he gonna be here for a while. He gonna always crank out them hits. I
Right.
like what they doing over there at QC. As long as you got Future and Migos, like the next 10 years gonna always be with them.
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
it. I feel like Migos can't do no wrong. Migos can't do no wrong. Future can't do no wrong. They
Oh,
gonna
Future
make
definitely can't do no wrong. I would say this though, like just to, even though we given all the love to Atlanta, I would say is what's love without honesty? For me personally, I feel like the Migos just need to take a little break, which I feel like they are, because I feel like
What you mean?
their last projects to me, even when they had their solo stuff, to me they didn't hit like how I thought it was going to hit. Knowing that like they're Migos, they're hit makers, I feel like they just need to kind of take a breather and come back, because I feel like people like Baby, I feel like it's a different sound to me now for even Atlanta, for our, especially our trap scene, knowing like that's what Migos is about. I feel like it's a different style and vibe right now, and I feel
It
like
is.
Migos to me just need to go back to the lab and really mind think some stuff, because I just don't want them to sound kind of dated. And the only reason why I said that is because a lot of their new stuff too haven't stuck. Like how they have a song with Travis Scott and Thug, and they flopped. You know what I mean? Like I don't even remember the name, but I feel like they'll be great and they'll continue to be iconic, but I feel like all icons have to take a hiatus so they can keep their essence, because you know how the labels is. The labels will keep you pumping, pumping, pumping. They won't give you no time to rejuvenate and to kind of get back your creative juices and your creative essence, which
Yeah, for
always
sure.
kept you ahead of the game. So I feel like, me personally, I would want the Migos to kind of take a good breather and get back to the drawing board, so they don't get lost like how a lot of our legends got lost. A lot of our legends got lost too, because it's always changing.
And this
Time is always
game is a monster, though. You know what I'm saying? They
it
don't.
is.
It is from what I'm hearing, from what I hear off of what I read about. You know, I'm an avid listener of the Joe Budden podcast. I like Joe's perspective of the game. Just a little shit I research and shit. Like, the game don't love nobody, bro. This shit monstrous.
I know it's a business. It's If you're
Yeah.
not making money,
I don't even
if
think
you're
it's a
not making
business,
money,
bro.
they
It's
don't
more
they
like
don't
a
care.
fucking. It's a scam in a sense, and you know if you play your cards right, you can either win the scam or gonna come up underneath that motherfucker, bro. But this is a dirty game. But
Oh
shit's
yeah.
changing, man. The shit is really changing though. A lot
Oh
more
yeah.
independent artists are coming out, and that's cool, bro. But still, some people are still signing fucking deals, and it's
Oh yeah.
2020, and it's like, why you signing a deal?
Right. You can honestly, but you know, it's people's situations. I feel like people's situations and people like thirst for money, and just them deals always sound good. Think about it. They're getting these young boys out the hood who really claim that phrase, I came from nothing. So now they feel like I ain't got nothing to lose and I got everything to gain. You get these people who sit them down, be like, XYZ, don't even read the fine print, but I'm like, I will front you this couple thousand, get you a car, get you a chain. And mind you, now, if you go into this industry with I came from nothing, my frame, you make yourself a easy target or easy prey for these upper heads to feel like they can just buy you, and that's what happened. They don't trust the process no more. They don't want to wait. They don't want to organically build fans and build a following. And then being real, a lot of these rappers is way broker than they're gonna ever admit. They're gonna ever admit they don't have no money for the proper, funding to build their brand and for the promotion. And they're not humble enough to do open mics anymore. They feel like open mics is played out when you can just make a song, hopefully go viral on TikTok, and boom, there it is. You know what I mean? So they claim our generation is sad with the microwave era, that we just want stuff fast.
Nah, and I hate when niggas say that shit too, bro. I hate when people try to down this era. I'm telling you, bro, if you play your cards right, no matter you doing music, you doing business, whatever you're doing, if you play your cards right and take some time and put some knowledge into some shit and some real action, you can be successful. This is the most wonderful time to be alive and to be doing something, even with all this shit that's going on outside, even with a virus outside or
Right.
whatever, because we got this is the best time this is the only time where you had access to so much information and you can actually really choose what it is that you want to have access to.
Right.
But don't know about it, it's the same shit. It's still the same mentality, bro. Unless you really dig in yourself and you're ready to change your daily routine and change your habits, get a little discipline about yourself, nigga, you're gonna always be stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh
niggas
yeah.
always gonna be in the same position. But that's why I say that's why niggas keep signing fucked up contracts, because they're not disciplined enough to read through the contract or find somebody to help them out, or they just
Yeah.
starving so hard. But don't that's another thing. Don't nobody want to suffer. What they say in the military is they say everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die.
Right.
And what's really what that mean is like everybody wants something, but don't want to take the sacrifice or put the work in to get it. You know. So
Right.
that's the only reason why niggas are where they are. But you know what I'm saying? I digress. We getting off topic about this shit. I start getting in my feelings and shit, man.
Oh
On
no,
all this personal
we got
development.
something to talk about. You know, we always gonna have something to talk about. We got a lot to say.
Yeah, man. I had to get that out, man. I felt that one on my heart. You know what I'm saying? Um, shit. What's else been new in the city, man? What's been going on? Oh, so yeah, we don't spend like damn near 30 minutes talking about the coronavirus and shit. So
we
you know,
got content. Don't do that.
hey, that's what it is. We got content. I shout
we
out to
got
you, man.
content. Right.
Keep the ball rolling on shit. But one thing I am excited about on the 18th. Well, you know what's been going on lately. I don't know if you saw, but there's been a lot of IG battles going on lately. This
Oh
isn't really
yeah.
new. I know it's more entertaining now because of the times and being quarantined. A lot of us are on social media checking shit out. I think last year Swiss Beats and somebody else had a battle. I think it was Swiss Beats and Timberland had a battle last year.
Oh
You know,
yeah. I think they was the ones to kick it off.
they kicked it off this year too, but yeah, they had one last year doing the same shit. And that's what it was supposed to. That's why somebody last year brought up Pharrell and somebody else, which I would love to see. It wasn't Kanye at the time, but Pharrell and Kanye, that'd be great too. But anyway, all these IG battles last week, it was T-Pain and Lil Jon. I saw that one. That was a real good one.
That was
They brought up the
beautiful.
hits.
How Scrappy say it? Beautiful.
Or proof.
That was a beautiful battle.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one, man. That was some good vibes going right there. And now we got the old school version coming in with the Teddy Riley versus LaFace and Babyface and shit. So, what's your take on that, man? How you feel about that? You looking forward to seeing that? There's some other Atlanta legends right there too, man. When you talk about L.A. Reid and Babyface.
Oh yeah, L.A. Reid was, despite it being messy, like, L.A. Reid, without L.A. Reid, it wouldn't have been no TLC on that mainstream international level.
Yeah.
L.A. Reid helped T.I. too at his first start. I believe Young Bloods was signed to L.A. Reid too as well. L.A. Reid kind of helped shift a lot of that 90s going into rap, that fun, trendy. He played a big role into that for sure. Like, much respect to LA Reid for that, for him being the man behind the scenes with that for sure. For sure. Oh, but with these battles, man, I've been enjoying it. I ain't gonna lie, like, it's a lot of us just cooped up in the house, and a lot of us is playing old music that's bringing back a nostalgic feeling, that's making us feel, reminisce. And it's kind of good to see, the men who was behind these hits. You know what I mean? Like, I liked the Scott Scorch and the Manny Fresh battle, and I ain't gonna lie, like,
about that, what was your take on that? I gotta hear that.
Okay, so I had to come back and I had to correct myself.
I'm
So
glad you did.
during the battle, I ain't gonna lie, I was team Scott Scorch for the simple fact that Scott Scorch has a lot of range. This man was pulling out Beyonce songs like it's a fucking wild card. Like, you can't bring in no Beyonce, bro. Just did he just did go DJ. Don't play no damn Beyonce. Knowing like Beyonce will always be a crowd favorite, but at the time, I was giving Scott Scorch a lot of props because of the versatility. And then me, I'll just be like, Manny Fresh is definitely legendary. Manny Fresh crafted that Cash Money style for sure. But I was just like, that's all he really got until, like, he got on that deal with Birdman and he made a couple songs with Jeezy and T.I. But, like, I got to give it to Scott because Scott was here, there, everywhere. But then, like, the more I thought about the battle, I was just like, Manny Fresh won because Manny Fresh made classics. Like, it's a difference between hits and bangers for the moment and classics. Nobody not playing no fucking Candy Shop. Nobody not playing no Candy Shop. A lot of Scott Scorch songs, even I know one of his biggest songs to this date is "Lean Back" by Terror Squad. Nobody not trying to hear "Lean Back" in the club right now in 2020. But I
But guess what they
promise
trying to hear
you,
though? Guess what
back
they
that
trying to
ass
hear?
up,
On
back that
God.
ass up,
On God.
back that ass up. They
Every
trying to
time. It don't never
hot
fail.
girl. You know, I feel like Go DJ will put you in a way better energy mood than hearing fucking, you know what I mean? You know, Naughty Girl by Beyonce. He made Naughty Girl too from Beyonce. Don't get me wrong, Scott Scorch catalog is crazy. But like, you know, he gave Chris Brown his first hit with Run It. But
Mhm.
nobody I love Chris Brown, and around that time I was obsessed, but I'm not trying I would quicker want to hear Manny's Fresh old catalog in 2020 before I want to hear a lot of Scott Storch catalog. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I've been loving the battles. It's kind of like our current reality, and I feel like it's also making these artists artists can perform show and audience interaction is their bread and butter. It is their joy. So the fact that like they can't do that have to be driving them as crazy as people like us who are like, you know, party goers or concert goers. But I
Yeah,
feel
man.
like
I was supposed to go
it's
to catch another concert, man, in May, but I don't think we're gonna be able to get it done now.
I don't know, everything gonna be pushed back to October, you know what I mean?
Oh
Lord
yeah.
willing, God willing, all this stuff clear up. But yeah, like I've been enjoying these battles, and it's been making me, if anything, like me and everybody, it's been reminding us of the great talent that we have among us, and why we need to just be, you know, just kind of like just be, not say grateful, but again, like when Lil Jon and T Pain had their battle, I was in heaven. When I tell you, like me and Sadie was in the room spazzing and wilding the whole time. Like you remember what T Pain dominated the early 2000s. You can't omit 2000. T Pain was on every hooks. Like rest in peace to Nate Dogg, but T Pain kind of became like the Nate Dogg for that era. Like he was
Yeah,
on
he did.
everybody's hook. He produced it underneath that people, and he wrote a lot for people. Lil Jon is being Lil Jon. Lil Jon is just so fire. He's another one too. Like he was my first give on the, you know, the Atlanta anthem. Like Lil Jon, I'm loving it, and you know I just think it's just we gotta make do for now. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the thing for right now. You know what I mean? Like these Instagram battles and lives, and who knows? Maybe after stuff go back to normal and those who's not outdoors, they might enjoy, you know what I mean, just hearing a little battle back and forth. I know I've been appreciating it for sure. What about you?
Yeah, I've been loving it. I mean, I can't lie. You know, if it relates to music, I'm always gonna enjoy it. I didn't think the Manny Fresh and Manny Fresh and Scott Storch thing was fair. I mean, a lot of those songs that Scott Storch played, majority of them, I mean, I'm pretty sure he produced himself. A lot of them he like co-produced. All the songs that Manny Fresh played, he created everything. You know what I'm saying, from top to end.
Hmm.
And then for them niggas to be like, when he played "Back That Ass Up," for them niggas to be like, it's a draw. Come on, bro. What's more classic than "Back That Ass Up," bro? "Back That Ass
Bro,
Up" had
nothing, nothing for
bro.
Scott Storch is coming close. I ain't gonna let that "Put Your Lighters Up" song by Lil Kim. Maybe if you play it in the club when niggas is walking
Nah,
out,
bro.
it might get some love, but ain't no back that ass
Ain't
up.
nobody checking for "Put Your Lighters Up" over "Back That Ass Up," bro.
Oh, for sure,
Ain't
for
nobody
sure.
checking. He got all. Ain't nobody checking, bro. If we go to any club, bro, yeah, you gonna have all the ladies singing Beyonce. Ain't nothing gonna get the ladies moving like "Back That Ass Up," bro.
Oh
So
no,
I
not
just
at
felt like that
all.
wasn't really fair. You know what I'm saying? And then he, like Charlamagne said, he left some songs on the table. He didn't play "What Happened to That Boy." He didn't play.
Oh.
I don't think he did. He play "Number One Stunner." He didn't play "Number One Stunner."
But that's to let you know, I always said from the jump that's not a balanced battle, because I end up learning too that Scott Scorch is a collaborative producer. A lot of
Yes.
songs he played, he only played the keys. Timberland, like for you to play Cry Me a River, when he played Cry Me a River, I wasn't even phased because I'm like, bruh, I knew for a fact he only did the keys on that years ago. So like you playing
Mm-hmm.
songs that you did collaborations with, I'm just like, bruh, like that's not
Like, let's
fair.
be
Like,
for real. Like,
you
yeah.
know, you playing Dr. Dre collaboration, so that's not fair versus Manny Fresh. That was all him. And I
All
feel
him,
like
bro.
the ones that Manny Fresh did leave off the boards, maybe Birdman or another producer was a little bit too involved in it. But Manny Fresh is a one man band team,
Yeah.
okay? And
And
he
That's why he didn't play What Happened to That Boy, because Pharrell majority did the beat, but he just did the drum. He said he just did the drums on What Happened to That Boy. But if Scott was gonna do all that, he could have did that shit too. Ain't no telling what other songs he done goddamn did a little bit in.
Right.
So, but I've been loving it. I'm really looking forward to this classic one with Teddy Riley versus LaFace. That's gonna be a huge deal, man. That's gonna be a huge deal. Teddy Riley got those hits. Teddy Riley discovered Pharrell and the Neptunes. So.
Out of VA. VA. Yeah,
So
that's gonna be a great one to see. You know, of course, just because of not popularity, but who's kind of a little bit more of a household name. A lot of people is gonna be going for like Babyface, but Teddy Riley gonna bring that.
Got the hits. Oh my God, he gonna bring the New Jack Swing for him.
Yes, he about to come and mess stuff up. But like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Teddy Riley and Babyface might come down to the battle of classic versus hits.
That is what's gonna come down to. It's gonna have to. Babyface got them slappers too.
Oh yeah, that's Baby. Like I feel like the name alone. Yeah. Like I just kind of proved myself right again. Like, you know, just the name alone with him just being Babyface. But yeah, I'm interested to see that. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, like just with all of this that's been going on, I've been trying to not be on my phone as much. You know, I do have babies, you know what I mean? So I've been trying to take a lot of time to just, you know, because before this whole corona stuff happened, I'm only off 2 days off the week. So like the fact that I've been home, I've been trying to stay off my phone and just kind of be with the babies. But I ain't gonna lie, I've been tuning in for these battles. That's kind of been my little aha for the nights, you know what I mean? Just being a music lover, I just been so appreciative of it too.
That's real, man. I mean, it all started off with DJ D Nice. He was getting everybody in the groove with his lives. And then everybody slid in to see Swiss Beats and Timberland go through what they went through. And it's just, I would love to see more battles like this. You being from the islands, though, if you had to set up an island version, who would you want to see?
Oh, man. You don't put me on the spot like that. You don't put me on the spot. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You know, I'm an island girl is a reason why they used to call me a Yankee island girl, because I should listen to more island music than I give myself to. But if I was to do a battle, only because I know that's what the people want to hear, shit. I don't know if it might be a fair one, but I would like to see. Damn, you don't put me on the spot.
Put you on the spot. Yeah.
I like a lot of new age artists coming out of the islands right now. Like Alkaline, he's one of my favorite. I would like to see him and Dexter Dab go at it with each other. I think that would be fun to watch.
For sure.
Honestly, I feel like Cartel versus Cartel, which would be him versus himself, because Cartel got so much old shit that's fire, and his new shit, he's actually locked up, by the way.
Yeah.
But he still dropped music from jail that is just as fire. I feel like that man got so much music he can battle himself. But yeah, like it's just so much, and I feel like who made a good point? Lil Duval made a good point. He would want people to start pacing themselves with these battles, because this shit is way up, man. We don't know when we coming out this shit. We don't know when lockdown finna be over. So, you know, it'll be cool that every weekend some huge artists go against each other, so we can just have content until this shit is blown over. But yeah, man, I've been loving the battles. I've been, every time I see somebody new about the battle, I'm like, yeah, people are forgetting that, you know, you had an era. Like when people saw it, T-Pain, I feel like T-Pain and Scott Storch to me would have been a good battle, but I like that he did it with Lil Jon because it was so fun. Yeah, only because Scott Storch and T-Pain had hits out at the same time. So it's kind of like good to like compare. Well, like shit, like you thought you had a couple people that you forget I had this bump in the club. Then I feel like it would have been, you know, I feel like Manny Fresh did a do-over. Like I would like to see Manny Fresh maybe go against, and I know contrast is what makes battles fun, you know what I mean? Because you don't want like two South producers going at each other or two New York producers going against each other. But I would like to see Manny Fresh have a do-over and maybe, you know, go against somebody else that has a lot more classic to like just kind of like, you know, just kind of to fluff it up. Because again, I feel like a lot of people was rooting for Scott because they got caught up in that nostalgia. Like I ain't gonna lie, when Scott Storch had dropped that Jada Kiss,
but that's what all this shit is about,
right?
Nostalgia.
when the songs to the point that they counting out, like, classics. They're not choosing a classic. I'm telling you, a lot of people, including me, which I feel so stupid for doing that. A lot of people will try to say Scott Storch won that, but it's like, no, we just got caught up in all the hits versus classics. So
And then on top of that, a lot of the people who were listening in, I feel like a lot of those guys aren't from the southern region of the globe. If you go to New Orleans,
right,
or if you go anywhere down south, really, but especially New Orleans, of course, they love every single song that Manny Fresh was playing.
you're
Scott
right. It
Storch's
was a
has
lot of
more
them. They
international
was
appeal.
loud in the comments. Them Fat Joe was showing his ass. They were so loud in the
And Scott,
comments rooting
that's
for
Terror
Scott.
Squad. They
Right.
you know what I'm
He
saying?
should, as he
That's his
should.
boy. Yeah.
Right. You are absolutely right. But yeah, like it was. I've been loving the battles. I've been very just happy for him because again, I feel like it have been lifting people's spirits and it have been making people feel really just a little bit better about what's going on. Even though we don't heard these songs a million times, it's a little bit different just getting that full on interaction.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, we're gonna go ahead and just wrap it on up. We know we got other things to do, and then we can say some more of this stuff for the next episode. Though, any last words you want to tell to the people?
Yeah, once again, I want to thank you, Taj, for just thinking of me. Like, I've been knowing the big homie since high school. He was like one of my first Atlanta friends I made. Not only did we went to the same high school, we caught the same school bus. You know what I mean? He was like one neighborhood over. And, you know what I
It's a
mean?
small world.
Again, very small world. And again, just like, I've been wanting to do a podcast, whether it's my own or featured, and just the fact that he thought of me, he clearly trusts my judgment. He trusts my choice of words to, want to, just have me on his platform. I'm very grateful, and I'm here. I love this. This is great, and yeah, just tell the people to again, stay safe. Take this time out to rest. I've been seeing a lot of posts about oh, if you don't come out of this with a new habit, you're not taking advantage of this time, which I get. It's always great to learn something new, but again, this time it's a damn pandemic we're going through. You know what I mean? People anxiety is running high. Everybody not just gonna know how to just move during this. I just tell people to stay safe, take care of your loved ones, take care of your body and your health, and catch up on as much rest, and just work on achieving a healthy perspective. So when all of this is kind of done away with, you can go back out in this world with a better perspective, you know what I mean? So, yeah, again, thank you for having me. It's so crazy because your audience have no idea of like the magnitude of the stuff we can talk about. But I'm glad that you know what I mean, hit your girl up, see if I wanted to be on board, and I'm definitely was happy to. And yeah, just thank you so much. Like, you're a brother of mine, you're a great friend of mine, and I'm great that we reconnected and we can be here today. So yeah, just thank you, or just thank your listeners for, wanting something to listen to.
Hey, man, we really appreciate having you on the show. Tell the people where they can follow you at.
At Shine J Amero. I'm on Instagram. I'm actually only on Instagram. Is at, and it's SHYNJ Amero, AMERO. Shine J Amero. Just one more time. SHYNJ Amero, AMERO. Kind of like the rapper Shine, like how he spelled his just without the E. Just replace the E with a J, and it's Amero. But yeah, you can follow me on there. And you know what I mean? I would love to see the feedback. And if y'all want, Todd should talk about any other subjects, especially with me, just, let us know.
Let us know, man. I got a special podcast on the way. I would love to have you a part of that I told you about. So we're going to work on that. But folks, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning into the 7th Wonder podcast. We are out of here.
All right. Outie.